Hi everybody, Robert Dyer, and welcome to the Robert Dyer channel Christmas Countdown. Well, once again, ornaments are one of the biggest parts of Christmas, and here I have one of the most exciting ornaments for this year, and that is Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher. This was a series of books that came out in Poland and became hugely popular in Eastern Europe before it started getting attention over here on this side of the world. And eventually it became a game and comic books and what you see here, which is the Netflix television series inspired by this universe. And you can see the logo right here. Standard Hallmark packaging, I've commented before, very understated and designed to essentially always look the same except for the image of the ornament in question. And you get a little bit of information about the artist who made this sculpture. The only other notable thing that I like, aside from they have the Netflix logo here, is the fact that they do actually mention the author who wrote the original short stories that became the books that became all these other things, including the box I'm holding here now. Who is Geralt of Rivia? Well, I would describe him as somewhere on the spectrum between Conan the Barbarian and Simon Belmont of Castlevania, or maybe a little bit like Dr. Van Helsing. Somebody who has great adventures, is relatively massive in size and strength, but whose general purpose is to slay monsters. And what I like about this particular universe or franchise is that the inspirations are mostly coming from Eastern European mythology as opposed to the Anglo-Saxon, Germanic, Nordic mythology that we tend to find in King Arthur or the Lord of the Rings. And so you have some new ideas coming in, and we could find happening as a result of this, just as Bram Stoker was inspired by certain writings about Transylvanian folk tales and mythology. Maybe somebody reading these books or watching this program will someday create a new character or franchise that will become as significant as a character like Count Dracula did. And also, it seems like the characters are much more, the personalities and the outlooks, they tend to reflect what I see in Eastern European culture more than the Western. So it's very interesting in that regard. And then just if you're a fan of fantasy novels or movies, games, you're obviously probably going to be very interested in this. One of the things I was kind of shocked was that when I'm shopping for the Hallmark ornaments every year, because they're so expensive and I can only get like 2 or 3 at the most, I do a lot of homework and I try to look at videos and reviews if they're available, and I was absolutely shocked that there were no video reviews on YouTube of this ornament unless they're being hidden, shadow banned by YouTube. I don't know why that would be, but so I was shocked that this isn't something that's getting a lot more attention given all the excitement around the show. So it's kind of like back when I did my Tijuana Mama sausage review, and at the time There were a few videos about that, but as I said, nobody actually eats the sausage. So we're going to eat the sausage here by actually reviewing this, possibly for the first time on YouTube. Okay, so here he is out of the box. And the two things you notice first about this ornament is, number one, an astonishing amount of detail. But number two is that it cannot stand up on its own, so it's really made only with the thought of hanging from a tree limb for Christmas. It's going to be very difficult to put this on display if you have a collection of other figures or collectible items. You just got to prop them up like this against something. He's just going to fall over. And you see he's given a little, in the way they've got him posed here, a little Yngwie Malmsteen leg kick. I want to get a close-up of the face sculpt there. You can see a relatively close rendition of Henry Cavill, I would say. Depending which angle you're looking at it from, even the detail in the eyes. You have the white wolf medallion, the wolf school medallion that vibrates when monsters or magic are near. Then you have his main steel sword. It's got the upturned hilt, and it's so detailed. It's even got Renfri's brooch attached, which he puts on there to remind him not to interfere in the affairs of men. How'd that work out? The long steel sword. This is what he uses most. There are some monsters that can only be killed with a silver sword, which he does not have on this figure. There you've got the scabbard empty on his back. And you can see with the studs here, I think, and you've got the potions here strapped to his leg. It looks like they're going for the Season 2 costume. And these potions, each one has a different purpose, but generally to enhance one of his abilities. And there are the boots. And you get the texture of the hair turned white through the trials he went through to become the Witcher. So I'm going to say that this was even better than I thought it would be, just looking at the packaging and the information online about it, what little there was. It looks a lot better in person, and probably better than it looks on the camera here. But I think if you're a fan of The Witcher, or this character in particular, that this is a must-buy. I'm going to go ahead and give this 5 stars out of 5. I think this is one of the best non-electronic ornaments I've seen from Hallmark, and I would highly recommend this. So I hope you like this video. Share it with your friends. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time on this Christmas countdown. Bye, everybody.